statutorily mandated. I would just ask that the court to impose the sentences on counts 1 and 2 concurrent rather than consent.
All right, thank you, counselors. You can be seated. All right, to the family, I know law enforcement is here who worked hard on this case. I want to thank you for your courtesy throughout the trial. I know it can be very hard to sit in a long trial where you have loved ones that were viciously and brutally murdered, as your loved ones were in this case. You respected the process, you respected the role of the judge, the jury, the witnesses, and you allowed for the trial to go through properly, efficiently, lawfully, which is our roles in the judicial system. You know, we serve a function and we need to make sure that happens. And so I appreciate your role in that. As the judge, I don't know the folks that are murdered or injured in cases. You realize I come into the story much later at a trial often or at a sentencing hearing. I can tell you that the role of a judge is very difficult sentencing most days. I anguish over sentencing decisions I have to make. I do it on a daily basis, 5 days a week, handling all types of different cases and have to make decisions as to whether someone goes to jail or not, or goes to prison or not, and if so, how long. And I think you can imagine in many cases, most cases, that can be difficult. You see the human compassion in people, and you see mistakes can be made. Today, obviously, is not one of those days for me. Sentencing today is very easy, and I think it was Miss Lisa Huff, or actually no, it might have been Laura Ely, I'm not sure, maybe both, who had great insight in their statements, that there's a role that the court has, and that is to punish and also to provide for the safety of the community. What I enjoyed this afternoon was, even though it was brief, learning about the terrific lives that this, I'm going to call them Robbie and Jennifer, lived. They seemed, and many of you used these words, that they were selfless. Some of you said that they gave the shirt off their back for others. They ministered to children and others, going as far as Ukraine and Russia to help those in need in South America. They were babysitters. They were a happy husband and wife. They were children to the parents we heard from, brothers, aunts, uncles. They just really seemed like terrific people. And it is a shame that in this great country that we live in, that we lost 2 shining stars. I hope that, and one of you mentioned this, that they live on in your hearts, in your memory, and I hope you realize that. I know you do. The grief, the anger will continue for time, but I hope you cherish, and I know you will, those memories, and lean on each other and the love and support of your family, and celebrate what seems to be amazing lives of 2 great people, and they can be beacons for how you teach your children and how you continue to move on. Mr. Tower, I don't know what else to say. You seem to be an evil spirit, an evil person.
Evil spirit because you're talking foolish.
Who doesn't seem to have any...
I'm full of remorse. I'm not showing it because...
I will at this time, Mr. Tower, sentence you as to count 1. This is for first-degree murder of, count 1 was Robbie, is that right?
Yes.
Of Robbie. Of Robbie Tower. I will sentence you to life in prison. You will serve the rest of your life in prison without the possibility of parole. Count 2, And often I do run them concurrent. I know that the defense requested that. We have a unique and clearly a special life in Jennifer Tower as well. And I spoke about that earlier. I'm going to adjudicate you guilty of count 2, first-degree premeditated murder on Jennifer Tower. I will run this sentence consecutive to count 1. I will sentence you, Mr. Tower, to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Count 3, the fleeing or attempting to elude law enforcement with lights and sirens. I'll adjudicate you guilty. Let's see, this is what degree felony? State third. Sentence you to the maximum of 5 years in prison to run concurrent with count 2. I will order that you have no contact whatsoever with Robbie and Jennifer's family, aunts, uncles, cousins, nephews, parents, siblings. I will order restitution and reserve as to the amount. I'll order as a civil judgment against you court costs, a prosecutor fee and public defender fee of $100 to each. Are there any other statutory terms that I'm leaving out? State?
No, Your Honor, but I do have a score sheet for count 3, which is the only count that requires a score sheet.
Mr. Gilman, anything I left out?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Tower, you have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of this court. If you cannot afford an attorney for that appeal, one will be appointed to represent you.
What about the truth?
Good luck to everyone. Court will be adjourned.